Hello again, this is the 11th video and I'm going to be talking about Christianity, delusions and uh, personal experience. I know by now that Christianity makes me delusional, and I learned some years ago from my delusions about Christianity that belief is a luxury that we, that is people with mental illness, can't afford ourselves. We can't afford to believe in things. It must be known. It's not. I don't mean that we must know God or we must know angels or anything like that. But we. It's hard to describe. I found my delusions were all based on belief. When I sort of self-assessed myself. Although it's an irregular knowledge that we experience, and our delusions come from that experience. And belief only adds confusion to that, because our experiences are often of a religious, spiritual type thing. Like for instance, I believed I was an angel. That was from reading stories about angels and what they've done and how they've helped people on the planet. There are a lot of people out there who believe that they have or know that they have experienced something which they are calling angelic or God or devil or demon. And for us, people with mental health problems, because our senses are damaged or impaired or impeded or blocked, or something is wrong with our senses, our eyes, our ears, our touch, all our sensory information that we experience through mental illness goes towards creating knowledge that isn't true. So when we experience something spiritual or religious, like there's so many people believe that, or to them they know that God has talked to them, or an angel has talked to them, or a demon has talked to them, or a devil has talked to them. Our experiences, because of our condition, our impaired, damaged, impeded or blocked senses, or perhaps they open more somehow, I don't know. That's possible as well from reading about other things in Christianity. Some come to the conclusion that they are more open in when they are, that their illness makes them more open to spirituality and to experience. Heightened sense of experience is what we have, either that or a damaged sense of experience, or impaired or blocked. So yeah, I learned some years ago that belief is a luxury that we, people with mental illness, cannot afford ourselves. Belief is too dangerous for us. It makes us go crazy. Like, I thought I was an angel, but I've never thought that I was Jesus Christ. Yet the voices tell me that Jesus Christ is the way their game is going, and that they're going to make me into Jesus Christ. I often have voices telling me that I'm going to hell. They don't tell me why, they just tell me that I'm going to hell. Someone saying going to hell forever, but I'll never get out of hell. So yeah, we don't believe the delusions. We know them, just like everyone knows what colour is red, what a book is like, and how to read a book. It comes from their experience. They read a book, and that is part of their experience in the book. They see the colour red or the colour blue, and as experience, colour red or colour blue. Experience is what our delusions are made of. It's an irregular knowledge that comes from experience. It's not ideology all the time. I don't think psychiatrists and psychologists understand that. It's not. Sometimes we're ill with ideas, but people with mental illness are not ill with ideology. They're ill with experience, because their senses are open, wider than others maybe, or closed, damaged, repaired, or blocked. And that is why we suffer the way we do. Pornography and sexual fantasy and arousal, to me, are a mental problem that comes from my childhood. I have more normal fantasies, such as sex with women, and abnormal fantasies that come from childhood experience. I don't want to go into the details of the experience that happened to me as a child, which I mentioned at the hands of a teacher, a female teacher, who I won't name, and then the fantasies that I touched on them in another video, but I don't want to go into it. It's those fantasies and the way that I've acted those fantasies out has left me feeling disgusting. I'm not these things. I don't enjoy them. I never have. I've always felt dirty afterwards. After I finished with the fantasy, got rid of the arousal, I always feel dirty and low down and not worth. Life is not worth living somehow. I gotta do this all the time. I've always felt dirty after the fantasies, even from a young boy. When I was only 11 and 12, looking at pornography and phoning up sex chat lines. And every time I finished, I'd feel dirty and disgusted with myself. There was nothing I could do to stop it. It's just a little something in my mind to do with the teacher humiliating me in the classroom in the way that she did. It causes these fantasies somehow, and they've come out as fantasies, as sexual fantasies, because of the pornography. Because pornography has always had a space for these sort of things, and I don't like them. I never did. I wonder then, with the pornography, the problem I have with pornography, if Ben and his family, maybe his mother and father, his father's a vicar, still a vicar, his father, you know, and I wonder if they set God on me, or they sent angels on me, or they sent demons on me, or the devil on me, by introducing me to pornography and introducing me to stealing. I never stole anything before that, before Ben showed me how. and I have shoplifted since then, with starting from the experience that Ben gave me of stealing pornography. So I wonder, is it good that's harassing me? Did he send God or the angels on me? Or is it evil that's harassing me? Is it demons and devils that he sent on me? Even though I know I can't believe Christianity, I still have a problem fading out the belief of God, the belief of angels, the belief of the devil, the belief of demons. I still have a belief of those things, religious things, spiritual things. So something that I picked up on reading the Bible is that you've got to remember that Satan is an angel, is a servant of God. And it was God that allowed Satan to kill, as it says in the Bible. So also you must remember that according to the Bible, of the first 4 people on the planet, that is Adam, Eve, Cain and Abel, one of them was a murderer. In the very first, towards the start of Genesis, one of them is a murderer. He murders his brother. So what basis is that for a debate on good and evil? If that is the way things are, then we must accept that we are made up of, if that's the way things started, that's the way that life for man started, then we have to accept that we have these abilities that we are able to kill quite easily for some of us. For some it's more difficult maybe. For some they can't do it at all. They can't bear killing, and so they become vegetarian or vegan. But for some of us, being carnivorous, eating meat and killing is quite easy. So what I come down with is to ask, how does perversion reckon in God's eyes? Because that's what Ben, the vicar's son, did to me. He perverted me sexually by using pornography. So, and in relation to the possible reason why he chose to pervert me with pornography, if that's what he intended to do, which is better for life, for death, and the constant cycle of life and death, which is better? Is it to be a pervert or a murderer? Which is better for you to be, do you think? Are you listening to me now? You think it's better to be a pervert? To expose people to pornography and sick sexual behaviour, which I have been through? Or is it better to be a murderer and kill? Knowing that there are people suffering at the loss of others, or the ones you've killed. But is it better to be a pervert or a murderer? I know my answer. I'm just asking all of you now. Have a think about it. What do you think is better in God's eyes? Pervert or murderer? That's giving you something to think about. Thanks for watching again. I've still got plenty to talk about. I'm just thinking of things day to day at the moment. See you again.